make this really easy.
Oh, you have a fan. No, you go long.
You want to chill out here for a little bit? How we doing, everybody? This is Case from Q101, and this is A Case For, a show in which I have coerced management and letting me talk to my favorite bands. And back on the program, the second time, we talked last year before on Aaron West and the Roaring 20 show. We're back at Riot Fest with Dan Campbell of the Wonder Years this time around. Dan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm hot, but you have a box fan, and so I'm happy.
This is going to be an hour-long interview.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep you here.
Run it.
We're bumping Bad Religion, actually, just so you can sit here in the shade.
Take that.
This is your fifth Riot Fest as we sit here. I went back and did the math.
Yes, okay, good.
I tabulated the totals. I am curious off the bat, before we talk about 20 years of history with your band, do you have a moment where you feel like this could only happen at Riot Fest, whether it be somebody you met, a band you saw, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I think one of the most, what the fuck moments for me is the 2013 Riot Fest. I'm backstage watching The Replacements, but, the way that it was set up, you couldn't be on the stage, we were on the ground kind of watching from the side. And I was like, holy shit, that's Craig Finn, right? I'm a huge Hold Steady fan. I'm like, wow, I gotta say something. I'm just gonna say something. And I went over and just said, hey, I played earlier, and I just want to let you know that, your lyricism, your style changed the way that I wrote, which changed my life, changed my band, changed everything. And he was like, oh, what's your band called? And I was like, we're called the Wonder Years. And he said, oh, you're soupy. And I was like, the fuck did you just say to me? How do you know who I am? And he said, I read that Grantland piece. That song, Devil in My Bloodstream, is really good, man. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. And then he, the next time I saw him at Riot Fest, I'm like, hey, man, I don't know if you remember me. He went, yeah, are you here with Wonder Years or Aaron West? I'm like, holy shit. That's cool to me.
That's awesome.
That's really exciting to me. I love the Hold Steady. So.
Oh, that is fantastic. Did you see that? Well, you weren't here. Have you been here all weekend, or did you just get here today?
I was here briefly yesterday to drop off merch because Aaron West played a late night.
That's right. I heard that was wonderful. We had people from the station there. They loved it.
It was really fun.
Good.
It was really fun, but we got off stage at 1:30 a.m., so I'm a little cooked today.
Oh, I appreciate the energy, the vigor that you've brought to this interview so far. Let's talk about 20 years of the Wonder Years. Congratulations on...
Should I sit back? You're sitting back.
Get comfy.
You're loungier than I am.
Yeah.
How does this look? Do I look good? Do I look gutty?
Oh,
no? All right.
That's always my number one question.
Yeah, do I look...
do I look okay?
How old do I look?
You look young.
The band's been going 20 years. I got to be old, right?
Oh, well, you could have started young. Well, congratulations on 2 decades of, for a lot of people, myself included, life-changing music. I mean, that's an incredible thing.
That's such a sweet thing to say.
Some bands deserve to be around this long, and I would consider the Wonder Years to be in that category.
You're too kind.
Tell me about 2005 Dan Campbell and how he differs from the person that sits across from me right now.
Oh, man, I think I was just dumb, right? I think, you're 19, you're just fucking stupid. I think the big thing was, when we started it, and, we've said this a million times, we weren't supposed to be a band, right? Nick and Matt and I were in this other band that we thought was going to be the one, right? It was called The Premiere. We all sang in it. Matt played drums, not guitar, and I played bass and sang. Matt had a little, headset mic to sing, and Nick played guitar and sang. We had another friend. And it was mathy Death Cab stuff, but louder. So it was mathier, louder Death Cab. It was a lot of time signature changes, and we were like, this is it. Kind of maybe a little bit of Braid in it.
Absolutely.
And so, but Josh from Wonder Years was like, we're going to start a band tomorrow. It was July 4th. We were all hanging out at our friend's house, and we were like, yeah, who cares? Let's do it. That's a good way to kill a summer day. And we got together, and, in Michael's parents' basement, and started writing a song. And I was like, what kind of lyrics do you want? Should they be goofy or what? Because I don't want to write the same things I do in Premiere. And yeah, just funny. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write a song about fighting stars or what. I don't really remember. A song about astronauts. And we wrote that one song, and that was supposed to be it. But we were like, it's pretty good. What if we'll record it next week and we'll put it on MySpace so our friends can hear it. And then that meant we needed a band name. And I was like, I don't know, the Wonder Years. And I said, yeah, sure, who gives a shit? And Josh's now wife was there and took a picture of us in a tree, and we put it up on the MySpace and registered a Gmail and recorded the song at Matt's and put it up and said, mission accomplished. And then we would sometimes, after premiere sets, play our one song as just like a fun thing at local shows. I'm like, that's fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't have to play bass. Let's write 2 more so we can put out like a demo. And so we wrote 2 more, and we put out this little demo. And at that point, Michael said, hey, could you book us like a little weekend tour? I'd love to go on tour once in my life. And I was like, yeah, but I just got to warn you, because Premiere had been going on tour a bunch. No one's going to like it. That's what touring's like. You leave your town and everybody hates it, which is what I thought was happening. And it turns out they just didn't like the Premiere. And so we went and played these shows, and we like sold out of demos and like T-shirts and everyone. And I was like, you know, we were probably playing to 30 people, but they loved it. And we were like, what's happening? And so that's kind of where it got like, oh, I guess we'll be a band. But like as a joke. We're all going to school. This isn't for like a future. This is just like for our undergrad. Like that's a thing to fuck around with on the weekends. And then we did a tour, and I was like, yo, I actually hate it. Like it sucks to sacrifice these relationships and these friendships and like all the things. Like I'm never home to go on tour to play songs I don't care about at all. They don't mean anything to me. I hate it. It's a waste of my fucking time. We're gonna break up. And then the record label was like, no. Do one more thing because we want to try out a 7-inch. We never pressed vinyl before. And I was like, ooh, it'd be fun to have my music on vinyl. I could show my family someday. Have one little 7-inch that we did. And so I was like, but I can't write the same kind of lyrics. So we started kind of transitioning into what we actually ended up becoming with this 7-inch Won't Be Pathetic Forever. And to me, that's where the band started.
Okay.
That's where like we shifted like thesis statements and like changed what we were gonna do. And I was like, oh, this means something to me now. I could do this for a lot longer.
Yeah. Through all the growth, all the fanfare, all the changes you've seen over the last 20 years, was there ever a moment where you were able to take a deep breath and go, it's gonna be okay. People like my band. I'm doing what I should be doing. I'm glad I'm in the position that I'm in now. Everything's gonna be okay.
I need to tell you this. I need you to hold my hand.
Gladly.
Not for one single second. Not right now. I'm afraid we're gonna walk on stage today. This isn't a joke. I'm not fucking around. I'm afraid we're gonna walk on stage today and no one is gonna be in that audience. I feel it every single festival. Every time we put a tour on sale, I'm sure that no one's gonna buy tickets. Every time we make a new record, I'm sure no one's gonna like it. I am sure that this whole thing is a prank on me. That's how I felt my whole life. Tomorrow is the last day of this band. No one will like it anymore. Every single day. You can let go now. I love you.
I love you. 2 more questions and I'll get you out of here because you're going to go play a set at Riot Fest where a lot of people are going to be in the crowd.
I'd like to hope so, but
they're going to be really into it.
Who are we playing against? They're all going to be watching that.
I think
they're going to be waiting for Green Day.
You know what? I'm going to pull my phone out, which I never do, but I want to pull up where you're at because I think you have a very fair... It's Cobra Starships next to you. You'll be fine.
Everyone's going to go watch Cobra Starship. Everyone's going to watch Gabe. And at the Warped Tour, I couldn't move my neck in the morning, the Long Beach Warped Tour. And so they had like an acupuncturist there. And I was like, I guess I'll try, because otherwise we're not playing this set. And it was me and one of the people that did in Cobra Starship getting acupuncture next to each other. I think Vicky. I think she said her name was Vicky.
You know more about Cobra Starship than I do because you know 2 people's names.
She was really nice.
Love that. If you were going to commission a Wonder Years biopic,
yeah,
what's the one moment from this band's history that you would want to make sure was in the film?
There was a day where we were driving through West Texas in a van, and we got gas, and like when you're driving through West Texas, there's like a northern road that has like all of the cities you've ever heard of on it, like Midland and Pecos and Lubbock, and it takes you to like Dallas. And then there's a southern road that takes you to San Antonio, and it has places you've never heard of because they're basically like glorified truck stop towns. I said that with love, right? To the people of Sonora, Texas, and Ozana, Texas. So we left one of those places after filling up, and about a half an hour out, I started realizing the alternator has gone on the van, right? And so we're losing power. And so I'm like, okay, shut off the air conditioning. Okay, shut off the stereo. And I was like, there's nowhere to stop. So we're just gonna go until so then the headlights went. And so then we were shining flashlights out the back of the window to let people know we were there so they didn't crash into us. And then the power steering, and then the power brakes, and then eventually we just coasted to a stop. And we stood there on the side of the road and flagged someone down with to jump us, and that got us to the next town. and we tried to get a hotel room, and every hotel in town was booked. So I started calling the next town up, which I think was like Ozana or Sonora, and I got the last 2 hotel rooms in town, and we knew there was an auto garage there, but we needed to jump again. And so I walked to a gas station, and I found this brother and sister there, and they were crying. And I was like, what's wrong? And they said, we don't have any money for gas. And I said, I'll make you a deal. We're gonna fill your gas tank. You come jump our van, and every time it dies again on the way to this next town, you jump it again. And they did it. And we got there, and the next morning we woke up, and we went to an auto garage, said, we need a new alternator. And they said, we can't do that till tomorrow. And I said, we'll give you $500 additional to do it right now. And they did it, and we made the show. We didn't have to cancel a single fucking show.
Absolutely incredible.
That to me, that's the Wonder Years.
That's incredible. I hesitate to ask one more question because that's such a great place to stop, but I will look forward now, maybe not the next 20
You can chop
years.
it up, put that in the back.
Oh my God, that was
such a great interview.
I have chills. That was so moving. Oh my God. But before we go, as we look ahead to 2026, is there new Wonder Years music in the works? What do we do about the future of the Wonder Years now? What's going on?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. We have some shows booked, right? And then after that, nothing for the first time ever.
Really?
For the first time, aside from the pandemic, in 20 years, when the shows that are booked end, there is nothing on the calendar after that.
Does that scare you?
No.
You want to relax after 20 years of hustling?
I want to spend time with my kids. I've been on tour too much. And I would like to write songs. But I can't promise anybody, like, okay, so full disclosure here, our record deal is done. And so labels are trying to sign us. And I keep telling them the same thing, which is I'm not going to sign a record deal until I know I have songs. Because I'm not going to make a record unless I think that record is worth making. Because that's a use of resources. Imagine the amount of resources it is to print 20,000 copies of a record on vinyl and then to ship them across the ocean, right? Imagine the carbon footprint of that. And imagine the budget that you're taking from that label that they could use for 3 small bands, right? I'm very conscious of the space that we occupy. And so if I don't think that music is worth the budget, if I don't think that music is worth the material, the raw material to put it on vinyl, I'm not gonna fucking make it. I'm not here to waste shit. I'm not here to waste people's time. I'm not here to waste resources. I'm not here to waste space. So until I feel like we have songs, TBD.
Great answer. Dan, thank you so much for your time. I love your shirt. Is there anything you want to plug? We can look into that camera and tell people where to find the Wonder Years if they don't know them.
Yeah, here, let me plug this. Free Palestine.
Word, thank you so much as always.
There you go.